State press conference. First, congratulations on the victory. Question would be open to the floor. Just ask that you, before you ask your question, please state your name and your affiliation. Who has a mic in their hand?
How you doing, guys? Congratulations. Carla Park with fansofyourfan.com. On that play in the red zone where you guys had 4 tries to get into the end zone but weren't able to do it, what happened on the plays?
Gremlin, they had a good scheme and they stopped us, but that's really it. I really can't see anything else. They stopped us.
Let's talk.
Question in front.
Jason McDonald, Core 360 Sports. On that last touchdown, he was wide open. What happened? What did you see in the defense to call that play? Well, it was just something that you've done all year.
Quarterback.
Which play was wide open?
The last play.
Oh, the last
right before the touchdown. That led to the touchdown.
Oh yeah. Just had to trust my guys to run their routes correctly and O-line protect the wheel. And he was wide open, so I just had to put it on him.
Question to your left.
Hi, Jocelyn Jones, the A&T Register. What was your favorite moment of the game? What stood out the most to you?
The last touchdown.
Question to the right.
Stephen Gaither, HBCU Game Day. Congrats, guys, on the win. Markel, talk to me a little bit. You came into the season after, backing up Tariq for a couple of years, and everybody's thinking maybe you guys are going to fall off a little bit, because he's gone. Just talk about what this season's been like for you, and, if you talk to Tariq and what you guys' relationship is.
Yeah, I talk to Tariq a lot. We just want to let everybody know that, just because Tariq gone, we still going to be a dominant team. We are our running back, school, so we want to let that be known.
Emmanuel Glaze, the Crush Sports Talk. Hey, Jeremy, from a defense perspective, what did you guys do to shut them down to 14 points? That's, we got Kincaid over there and all of that, but you guys were able, as a defense, to be able to hold them down to 14 points. What was the mindset of the defense today?
The biggest thing I can say, we had to contain him. We know, watching film, he like to run, he'll drop. His first option ain't open, he can be taking off. So our biggest thing is keeping it contained, make sure our Ds don't get upfield, and just keeping them in the pocket.
James Hill with JamesHillSports.com. Talk about winning 12 games, the championship, and just ultimately getting it done. It's got to be difficult, but talk about the season.
The season's great. Like I said, 12-0. Something most teams don't do, something most teams don't get close to doing or seeing. So right now, we're feeling pretty good right now. It's a great feeling. I'm blessed to be here. I want to say, like Jeremy said, 12-0 is great, man. And I want to thank all the fans. When you looked at on our side, man, our side was packed out. So I appreciate all the fans. First and foremost, coming out and supporting us. And we had ups and downs during the game, but we held on, man, and that's the beauty about this team, man. We fighters. We're fighters.
Question in the back.
Yes, Mike Washington, Houston, Texas, KCOH, Dr. Cabil's Inside HBCU Sports. This question is to Lamar and Markel. You guys have been together for a minute, for a while. So tell me your feelings and your expressions as you culminate your football experience with this championship.
We started together in the 9th grade playing at T. Wingate Andrews High School in High Point, North Carolina. And, we were a dominant force. And, we decided to come to college together because we thought that we could do really great together, And I just want to tip my hat to this guy right here because, he really tried to take the game away from my boy. And, he came back and fought even harder and harder and harder and harder. And people doubted him. They said after Tariq left, we were going to have a running game. People doubted him. And you know what, man, this guy right here, man, that's my brother. We stay right down the street from each other. And, it's a lot I can say. I'm going to keep it short, man, but I love him, though.
Question in front.
Jason McDonald, Core 360 Sports. On the defensive end, Grambling came out with a good game plan to start the second half, and they marched all the way down the field. But what was said amongst the defense to make that stop?
The biggest thing, like I said, we walked out there, I know you seen most of us doing our hands like that. Like I said, we've been there before. We just gotta keep calm and dig ourselves back out. Nothing new.
Yeah, we want to definitely make sure that they didn't score. That's one of our main goals is protect the end zone.
And one thing we go by is if they don't score, they don't win.
Question on the left.
Mason heard the first sports talk. This question for Mr. McCain. The big interception down in the end zone, it almost seemed like you ran the route for the receiver. Just talk about your coverage on that play.
He kind of, I watch film a lot, so I try to know a lot of things before it happens. So he kind of had a tight split. So I kind of knew he was gonna run it out. So I pretty much ran it out for him and made the play.
Rashad Milligan, Rolling Out Magazine. This is a question someone. Well, I'm good. All right. This is a question someone already asked in a prior interview. But what do you think a thrilling game like this, 21-14, it comes down to the last minute. What do you think that does in the championship atmosphere for HBCU football?
It's definitely going to raise the admission. You know, a lot of people are watching, so it was a good win.
Yeah, man. Like Max said, and it's really big. You know. And that's what champions are made in possessions like that, where it's the last drive, and who's going to step up, you know, who's going to come together, and who's going to fight, and who's going to do what they have to do to score. And you know what, man, hats off to my offensive line, our receivers and running back, and coaching staff, and man, just the whole team just for making plays and sticking behind me the whole game, and the defense.
Question in the front right here.
Jeff Mills with the Greensboro News and Record. Markel, you only had 2 catches all season coming into today. Then you caught a few today. Was that part of the game plan, or is that something that just sort of developed?
It just developed, and when we was able to run it the first time, we seen that it was a play that we could run, so we kept running it and trying to make the best out of it.
Question right here.
To both offensive players, what happened on that the goal line stand there? It seemed like they kind of backed you up a little bit there. You got down close, but they were able to keep you from scoring.
Just a little missing assignments, you know, but we had to overcome, and you know we fixed that so we can come back and get in the end zone.
Okay, a couple more questions.
Luke Williams from the Black College Sports page, right here, Marquell. How you doing, man?
How you doing?
All right. Was it a fumble or not, man?
It wasn't a fumble. He didn't touch me. I dropped it before he even touched me.
You sticking with that, huh?
Sticking with it.
All right, last question on the right.
All right, Angela Davis, Jersey Girl Sports. I asked this question of Grambling as well, so I'll ask you, when you look back over this season, what's the one thing that's going to stand out to you the most? What will you remember the most?
It's a lot of memories.
The whole season.
The whole season. I mean, 12-0, like that doesn't come by a lot.
And it's not
for
easy.
anybody.
So you know we had to grind it out together.
We had to grind.
And that's the best thing, and going through that season 12-0 and doing it with the people I love, like my brothers right here. That's the biggest thing, having no memories. And like I said, I graduated last week, but I got something to take with me. It's the memories in these championship with these boys up here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the first part of the North Carolina A&T State Press Conference. Gentlemen, congratulations on the victory again, and best of luck next year going as well.
If you want one-on-ones, the players will be out here. I ask the media when you return, come back in the front door. Thanks.
Can I get an Aggie pride?
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the second half of the North Carolina A&T State Press Conference. Coach Broadway, if you please open with the opening statement, sir.
Excellent win. Let's start out. Let's give Grambling their dues. There's 2 really good football teams out there today, and usually when you pit 2 good teams like that together, usually it's going to come down to who made the fewest mistakes, and we were able to win the ball game. You know, we made way too many mistakes. You know, missed a couple of field goals, got the ball first and goal on the 8-yard line, couldn't get it in, and we had a lot of opportunities to slip away. But as I told the team on the last drive, this is how championships are won. And we were able to go down and score, put the ball in the end zone, and end the season 12-0, which is an unbelievable feeling.
Okay, questions. First question to the right.
Oh, hi, Dawn Montgomery Green with the Atlanta Voice newspaper. Coach, talk about your relationship with the fans. Your fans travel extremely well.
And they showed up.
And all I could hear was just fans just talking about you, even at the concession stand and things of that nature. So just talk about how you built that relationship with your fan base.
Winning. You know, they like it when you win, you know, and but they'll turn on you too. But these guys have been unbelievable. They showed up big time, but they've been showing up all season. You know, we go to Gardner Webb, we outnumber them. We go to UNC Charlotte, we have more fans than them. Most places we go, we outnumber the people that we're playing. So our fans have been really supportive and been very good for this football team.
Question in the back.
Coach Charles Bishop, Dr. Cabil's inside the HBCU Sports Lab, KCOH, Houston, Texas. We're talking about 4 Black College National Championships at 3 different institutions. Kind of where do you see yourself on that Mount Rushmore of HBCU coaches?
I don't know anything about that, brother. You know, I'm just extremely proud of our players and the job that coaching staff's done. And, you know, it's awesome. It's awesome feeling right now to be 12-0, having a chance to win our 2nd national championship in 3 years at A&T, and our seniors. I'm so happy for those seniors, man, and I'm happy for our school because we've come a long way. I mean, we've come a long way, and that's with great effort from a lot of people. And when you say team, it's not just the people that you see on the field. There's a lot of people behind the scenes. There's a big part of this team, and it starts with our chancellor, who's been very supportive, our AD, who's been incredible to work with, and of course, you know, all our support staff has done an outstanding job. So when you have a team like this, there's a lot of people that you need to give credit to, and they deserve it.
Question on the right.
Coach Broadway, Donald Ware with Box to Row. Can you talk about how big Elijah Bell was today, but how big he's been all season?
Yeah, he's a special talent. You know, that's the thing. You know, when you have a player like that, you know, he's 6'2.5", 225-pound wide receiver, and he can out-muscle guys out there. And has unbelievable hands, so he's going to catch most of them, so we got to throw him some 50-50 balls. But he's had an outstanding season for us, and he's just a sophomore. He's going to be unbelievable before he finishes here.
Question on your left.
Coach Emmanuel Blaze from Crush Sports Talk. How proud are you of your defense to be able to hold them to 14 points and to pretty much, even though Kincaid had a good game, not let him go absolutely crazy on the field? How proud of you?
Like me, he went crazy. That boy showed out. You know, he's a special talent. You know, one of the things that we wanted to do in the game was not let him beat us with his feet. And he kept a lot of drives alive with his feet. And, you know, we had some chances to hit him, and we just missed a few times and missed a lot of tackles on that kid. He's slippery, and he did an outstanding job of keeping drive alive and helping them get in the end zone a couple times. But I was impressed with that young man, the way he played, especially the way he ran the ball, making people miss, and his speed and getting in the open field. And we had spies on him a couple times. We just couldn't catch him, so he did a great job.
Okay. Question on the right.
Coach Jonathan Simmons from Real Talk Sports here in Atlanta. You guys have played against, been in this game twice in the last 3 years along with Grambling. You guys are like the Clemson and Alabama of black college football. What does it mean for you as far as your impact on recruiting, you know, going forward, and now especially being 12-0?
Well, it's big. You know, we've last time we won this game, not only did we benefit from the football part of it, but the university benefited as far as guys applying to schools at an all-time high. And I'm sure the coverage today is going to do the same thing. It gives us an opportunity to get in some homes that we normally wouldn't have an opportunity to get in. But let me say this. This week's been a beautiful experience for our kids. And my hat's off to John and the guys that put this game on. What a great event, man. And, you know, I've said this to Dr. Thomas, I commissioned a number of times for those guys that have the vision to get this game going, and for our guys to have that experience, I think it's a beautiful thing. I spent 24 years in Division I, and every season we started the season with the same goal in mind, which is go to a bowl game, and they hand-delivered us one, man. And for our guys to have an opportunity to experience this, it's priceless. And all you guys that was involved, I said a number of times, and I continue to preach this, thank you for doing that for our young men.
Question right here. Hey, Coach Luke Williams, Black College Sports Page. Congratulations on the win.
Thanks, Luke.
12-0. Talk about eschewing that field goal when you were down there. When you got the ball down there inside the 10, and was it because the two previous kicks have been blocked? What was your thinking as it relates to
Go back that big word you used, Luke.
Field goal.
Actually, we were in 4-down territory, and you saw those little confidence, but you're down on the 1-yard line, and you think if you can pin them and give them the ball in the 1, they got a short punt, and you're going to get great field position, you're going to get the ball back in position to actually have an opportunity to score. But lo and behold, we let them out the hole a little bit, but we were able to get it back. But we will go for it again. The ball that close, you got to be able to make those in championship games, and we didn't do it. And I think the first down was the key, with the incomplete pass on first down, and then we hit up in there for 3, and then we hit up in there for 3 more, and then we couldn't get the first down. So, we probably should have gotten a little bit some positive yards on first down. I think that would have helped us a little bit.
Question in the front right here.
Coach J.D. Pickell with Coming for Herbstreet's job. At the end of the game, they tried to get you with a Gatorade bath, and you showed some really impressive agility. And I want to know if you could speak to a little bit the elusiveness and the awareness to make them miss. We might talk about that a little bit.
Awareness, of course. It's cold out there, and ice water is cold, but no, I knew something was up. I could feel it. I didn't see it initially. Then I saw that bucket over my head and was able to get out of the way of it. But what a beautiful bath, anyway. And I may go dump one on myself.
Question in the back.
Coach Mike Washington inside the HBCU, Dr. Cabill's inside the HBCU lab, KCOH, Houston, Texas. In all your championships, defense has been the staple mark of your teams. And even today, you were able to somewhat bottle Kincaid in the first half and dominate time of possession. What is your philosophy toward defense that has made you so successful? Your approach and your philosophy?
Well, I was been a defensive coach all my life, and the number one principle in our program from the first day we set foot on campus, the number one thing we tried to do or we decided to preach was stop the run. I don't care who we're playing, stop the run. And that's what we do. We're going to overload the box, and we're going to make you beat us throwing the ball. I don't think there's enough passers that can actually complete 70% of the passes or 75% of the passes, which is going to take to beat you throwing the ball. So we're going to overload, take away the run and make you do that. And if you can complete 74% of the passes against us and beat us, go at it. But we're not going to let you run the ball, and beat us. We're going to take away the run, overload the box, and, you may hit 50%, you may get 200 yards throwing, but if we can hold you on 100 rushing, we're good. You're not going to beat us that way normally.
Okay, got a couple more questions. Question to your right in the front.
Jalen Thompson, Atlanta Journal-Constitution. When you look at the last drive with Lamar Radar, and he went down the field and got you that 1-yard touchdown to seal the victory for you guys, what does it mean for you to have him on your team, knowing that you haven't lost him as a starter this season?
He has really, really grown as a football player, and a lot of that's you got to give credit to the quarterback coach, Coach Barnett. I think is an outstanding quarterback coach. Has done a marvelous job with this guy, growing him and developing as a quarterback. But Raynard has a lot of natural ability as far as throwing the ball, but his knowledge has gotten so much better, and a lot of that comes again with coaching and him putting the time in this film room, learning schemes defensively, what people are trying to do, and getting the ball out of his hands. So he's really developed. And again, Coach one that deserves a lot of credit for that.
Okay, last question to your left, right here.
Sure. Jamie Walker, Sports Radio 92.9 The Game, Atlanta. I know you were just talking about how you would overload the box as far as stopping the run and making them one-dimensional. How much confidence did you have in your secondary to be able to just hold their receivers down, to be able to just go with that schematically?
Well, we're gonna do that. You know, I don't care who you play. We'll give you 300-yard pass. If you can't run the ball, you're not gonna beat us. You know, I don't think you complete 70% of the passes because we're too good up front. We're going to get enough pressure on you, but you're going to have some erratic throws every once in a while. But if you can beat us throwing the ball, God bless you. God bless you. And as you see, it hadn't happened a lot this season. So, you know, we've been able to take away the run and make people try to throw the ball against us. And that's just how we play. You know, I wish we could have contained, not the bad you. Their quarterback had over half of their rushing yardage today. And I know on 5 of them, we had him dead to left to right a couple of times, just couldn't get him down. He's an outstanding player. He's a lot better in person than he is on tape. He's slippery, changes direction really good. You know, really good athlete back there.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the North Carolina A&T State press conference. Coach, congratulations on the victory, and best of luck going next year as well.
Thank you. Appreciate it.